Hey everybody, Snagging and Eds here, and we got a week one of Nexus Gaming Series playoffs. We got this is a Division A West game of Tilted Miners versus Team Maroon, and I'm actually joined with Kunanaki as the co-caster tonight. And how you doing?
You know, I'm excited to be here and excited to see these two teams compete. I know very little about them, so I'm excited to be surprised and impressed.
Yeah, I think we both are. Looking at the stats here, so Tilted Miners is number 4 and Team Maroon is number 5. So they're kind of in the middle of their division for Division A so far. Obviously, week one, it's winner takes all. Oh, not this game, but there's no losers bracket. You lose this one, you're out for the playoffs.
Single elimination.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah, so we're actually going to move pretty quickly right here into the first game once we get the right buttons being pressed. All right, so game number 1 going to Volskaya Foundry, picked by the Tilted Miners, which is going to give Team Maroon on the right-hand side the first hero pick, or hero pick. And, how about you, Kununaki? What do you like to play on this map?
Well, if it's Volskaya, I personally think that either they should ban or pick Nazebo, being since this is one of the few games that level 20 can be expected to be reached, and a Nazebo level 20 is an unstoppable killer unless they have enough.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because actually this map specifically has the shortest game time in all of NGS in the regular season, in like a 7-minute game. Surprisingly, I think the teams just they tried to like race it out, and they just ended up just racing forts and then racing keeps, and then I don't know. I guess they must have give up.
Pirate build. The pirate ship is awesome.
No, they didn't even get to level 10. They just it was a really weird game with a really weird draft. I'm not really sure. Maybe they thought they were winning the race, and then they couldn't defend, and then they died, and then they just lost the core. But right off the bat, Team Maroon is just going to ban out the Junkrat. He provides.
So that's great displacement removal, considering that the objective is just a giant rectangle.
Yeah, it's great. He can always throw those his bombs in there, and then the map is kind of, at least each lane is kind of long, so there's not any threat of knocking people into towers. But displacement, I feel like, is one of the bigger deterrents in this meta right now. You got the Garroshes, the Diablos.
The Garrosh immediately as you were talking about him.
Yeah, right away. Man, these are fast picks. Team Maroon immediately picking up Deckard. Quite surprised, honestly, since it's like a healer first pick. Yeah, you see that a lot, but a lot of times we see like the mouth. I mean, Deckard, they obviously very highly prioritize him.
Again, I think they're going for the late game with Deckard Cain. Deckard Cain really turns on once he has infinite strong potions at the end.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, early game, he does struggle with his healing, just because his healing talents don't really kick in until 4 and 13 with the AoE healing.
Yeah, and then he also has his choice of, is he going to go the shield, or if he's going to go it was the various potions. Yeah, the various potions that you could get either on ensnare or shields or whatnot.
Yeah,
he's so customizable. It's really hard to tell with no other information of what their champions are, what they're going to go with.
Yeah, and then talking about the displacements, I mean, Lorenado is another one that can get somebody way up position. But Miner's going to answer quick with the Blaze, and then the Genji. Genji there for any of those rotations to get some of those picks and finish off some people, and Blaze getting their solid solo laner. And also just wave clear.
I think he's going to go bunker, though.
100% goes bunker.
This map.
Yeah, it's just more team fighting on the actual point. Kind of like the same deal you do with Alex Strauss. It's like one of those ultimates that we're gonna win this point because everybody's gonna jump in the bunker, get that 25 armor, negate some damage, and try to outlast you.
It sends a very strong message. It says, we're going to be here, and there's nothing you can do about it. Don't even bother with Chrome.
Which is, I mean, that's true. The only thing, it's kind of odd to pick Blaze so early. I guess they don't really want to show the rest of their hand. They say Blaze is a pretty safe, rounded pick that, they're not showing. I mean, Genji's already pretty good, but they're not showing their main tank. That makes a big deal. They're not showing their main DPS yet. But Blaze has counters.
Joanna Greymane.
Another interesting pick with the Greymane.
I actually feel as though that's more of an answer towards the Genji showing, and Blaze being either a solo tank frontline is going to have a problem with Greymane just running in at him.
Hmm.
but Joanna is a message that says, "Go ahead, bring auto attackers."
So what's Tilted Miners planning to ban here? What do you what are your guesses at their bans? Have they already see a healer, a tank, and a DPS on the other team?
I'd like to see them ban Gul'dan, honestly, or if, as we said, Nazebo. As right now, I think that they're shooting more for a long game over than with a Genji stating, "I want to kill all of your Squidgies." Oh, a Sonya, huh?
I
There's not a lot of camps to take advantage of that.
But the camps on this map are actually very important. It's actually a lot of things that teams will lack or will slack on when doing this map is when they don't prioritize the that cannon camp and the heal. Those allow you to give so much more pressure on the actual point, especially if you can drop 2 turrets on the point. Like it's so impossible to push into that.
I wonder if that's a respect ban, though.
I mean,
I'd
it's
like to know
also
more.
it also beats up Blaze. You know, Sonya will beat Blaze in this in the solo lane, so maybe they're since they already early picked the Blaze, they want to get rid of one of those options.
And a Malfurion removal, so they don't want a route to counter Deckard Cain's slow triangle route.
It also really beats up on Greymane too. When if you're able to put a root right when Greymane's trying to dive on somebody, and the dog just sits there for a little bit and gets no value, it's like, oh, it feels so bad.
Well, it really does, especially if he went to Worgen form.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna be looking for, I imagine, the healer and their main tank for Tilted Miners here, because they're probably gonna leave that 5th pick as the flex. I can't imagine they keep the healer that long, just because I don't see no reason for it.
I just don't see them. Honestly, I think that they're going to pick up at this moment, they've got to pick up some sort of mage. And in this, with a Greymane, I'm looking, and they removed a Junkrat, I'm looking at a Gul'dan, a Kel'Thas, but Kel'Thas is very, very vulnerable to somebody who rushes him down. Oh, Muradin. A Muradin Blaze combo. That's strong. That's a lot of displacement, a lot of slowdown, and a lot of stun.
There's a lot of stun, and the fact that Murden can at least jump in and out real quick to get his self healing. Same thing with Blaze, jumps in and out with the bunker. I mean, what other tanks they had? Joanna was picked. Diablo's not in the best state right now. I guess Murden kind of is in the next step. ETC's got a lot of mez to him.
But see,
He gets a lot of
ETC
poked.
would be a counter pick to Joanna. Joanna sucks you in. ETC pushes you out unless they're doing ebb and flow. I would think that at this circumstance, Leoric.
Yeah, looking for that solo laner that can kind of beat up on Blaze. I mean, they have the possibility for Entomb.
I have no idea about this Leoric player, but I'm going to tell you, Blaze is a very strong enemy against a Leoric player.
They go back and forth. Yeah.
It's the bunker, man. The bunker versus Entomb is just infuriating.
It is. That's true. Like, especially if you try to bunker the Blaze, and tune the Blaze, I'm like, oh, well, that didn't work at all. But Tilted Miners coming out with the double resets. I mean, they have Genji reset with the dash, Li Ming resets, obviously, with all of her abilities. So they're looking to blow somebody up.
So I think the Blaze and Muradin are basically going to be like Galaga dots just rotating around the stew cob, protecting him from harm, while Genji and Li Ming are looking for that pick, looking for the soft, vulnerable flesh that they can go in and just pound away.
So right off the bat, we don't know. Obviously, both of you and I both said that we don't know too much about the teams other than their ranks and their positions, but no knowledge of skill involved. Just draft. Who do you think's got the better deal?
Well, we were just commenting on the Blaze combo for Tilted Miners, but for Team Maroon, I don't know. I really like they have a lot of root. They have a lot of hold you down in one place, and then with Deckard Cain, they could either go with a very large displacement or a very large stop. And Jaina kind of combos very well with what they're going with, but the thing is, they're both solid teams. The Stukov from Silence can completely negate them rushing in to go for their kill. I mean, I would have picked up Stukov first if they were going to go a Leoric Joanna combo.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Tilted. I feel like there's going to be, as long as they don't like hard engage too early and they get blown up by a Jaina Greymane, I feel like if they poke them down enough to where Genji can pick them up, I think that's fine. But moving right into game number 1, we got Tilted Miners on the left for I Just Fizzed on the Blaze, Rukdal on the Stukov, Jace on the Muradin, Eiko on the Genji, and Phalanx on the Li Ming. And so you can
And for Team Maroon, we've got Edgardo GL on the Greymane, Sparky on the Leoric, Blanket on the Joanna, Coca-Cola on the Jaina, and of course Space Bacon for the Deckard Cain.
Yeah, and looking at these level 1 talents, we're getting Stukov going back to Lurking Arm build and Dash with the Genji. They are two heroes that recently had some changes to them. Slight changes, but enough to kind of change out the build some. But they're going back to the basics.
Yeah, let me take a look here. So it seems that Li Ming is going to go Magic Missile.
Yeah, must have gotten scared from that Jaina. So I guess she's expecting to really be in there and take some of that Jaina damage if she wants to get that armor.
But really curious is an auto attack Blaze. Are we going to actually see a full auto attack Blaze for wave clear?
Honestly, I think it's either that talent or the one that gives mana. It's probably the two picks that you always go for. If you able to get Blaze, dives in, gets the stun, pops his trait for the Pyromaniac, and then hits the auto attack, he actually does a lot of damage to somebody. And then
course,
times like this.
Joanna doing the sustainability with health regen. It looks like they're going for reliability and stats. And they're just doing a 4-man rotate, top and bottom, between the two of them. It looks like right now they're fairly close in experience, but I do see a slight edge for Team Maroon.
Yeah, it looks like they, with the Jaina and the Joanna, they're able to clear the lanes a lot faster. And I really like this. Both teams are actually going to pair somebody off to go take the turrets, like I was talking about earlier. Having the turret control on the point is pretty crucial, and that a lot of people sleep on.
With the Greymane cinching a quick turret and running back to mid to secure the 3-1 and going back to a 4. Oh, they're going right for it.
I guess they must have
for health in the mid.
Yeah, they must have assumed that Tilted Miners was on their turret count, and they just snuck this in real quick. Like, no time at all.
There was a little awareness by, I think, Li Ming there, who saw the action happening, but decided better against it.
Yeah, honestly.
And looking bot, I'm seeing Blaze actually forcing Leoric back in order to go and support. And look at top, we have a little bit of fight.
Yeah, got a little bit of a jump by the Murden, trying to get some body blocks. Realized he's taking some tower shots. That probably wasn't the best idea, but no DPS was there, so he was not scared at all.
Honestly, with Muradin, he has health as his currency to trade with his self-regeneration. He doesn't have to take any of the pots away from anybody else, or he doesn't have to take any of Stukov's attention.
Yeah,
so
I feel like the rotations from Team Maroon are super on point. Like, their timings for the camps and everything else is spot on. It's actually, I think the fact that nobody is able to get on the point right away is going to allow both teams to really clear out these camps. Actually, it looks like Team Maroon is going to call me a liar.
Tilted Miners is actually coming back with a slight experience lead here, so I'm thinking that they have a plan that they're enacting, and they're going more for the long game than the immediate gratification of camps.
Yeah, it does take a long time to actually capture this point, so you don't really need to rush it right away as long as you can get some type of advantage and then push into it later.
Yeah, Tilted is soaking top and bottom. They're looking for that early 7. I think they're going to do that and then go fight while they have a talent tier advantage if they're capable of doing so.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. And it's going to be a smart choice. They're half a level lead now.
That's significant considering this is early game. This is a whole talent tier that they can just bully them out and hold this objective, and they are doing it. And with top lane, if you notice, they have the camp pushing, not quite to the turrets, but it's doing his best.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a little bit of a dance. Both teams now, obviously Team Maroon, double soaking the lanes, while there's a 5-man of Tilted Miners in the middle. So back to the slight quarter level lead again.
Are they going to go for a gank on bot? No, Leoric's just going to walk away.
Ganking Leoric and Mega Lol.
There you go.
But there's still both turrets available from both teams. Heal camp available.
Oh, that Leoric is certainly not having a good time.
What?
And he goes down.
That 5-man stun from I Just Fizz hit all 5 members of him and actually secured that Leoric kill. That was pretty clutch.
It was a good follow-up, but right now they can't get cocky. There's still a little bit of play with those potions, but they're forcing them out. As Joanna goes down, they've got the robots.
2 for 1 kill. I mean, they were able to poke enough with the Li Ming and then the Genji coming in with the final kill.
And I think the reset, did the reset happen, or was that just my imagination?
He kind of just reset to get out of there, honestly. But it's enough to get that first kill, especially on a Joanna who's already tanky enough.
And we're looking as though, yep, they broke the wall, and they're looking to go top, and I think they're going to go straight for turret, or at least enough of a lead that they possibly can get. Nope, they're focusing right on that turret.
Yeah, they've got this basically a full level lead at this point. Just taking structure damage as much as possible. I like how they have both of their super mobile heroes are in the projector, so they can be aggressive and still get out.
You know, it's a good way for them to just shove the robot as deep as they possibly can for the damage, but they didn't take the well, so I wouldn't say it's entirely secure with their authority up there.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see teams put the tank and the healer in the protector because those are going to be the people that do the less damage, and the protector already has a shield talent for them, or a shield ability, so you can actually protect your DPS with the shield and allow actually maximizing your damage completely, because as you saw, they weren't able to push as far.
Once again, grabbing both the camps.
Yeah, both teams have really been going back and forth. They're really like making sure that these camps do not stay yellow long. But Tilted Miners not really being able to do much with their level 10s. I mean, that was a full level lead. We saw no heavy aggression from them trying to secure any kills. I mean, Genji hasn't even picked his level 10 yet because I guess he's waiting on something. I don't even know what he'd be waiting on.
If Genji is waiting on more than likely what the enemy team is taking. No, he went X-Blades or X-Strike immediately after we started talking about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I mean, there's nothing on the enemy team that he should be scared of. Depends on what ultimate he takes. So now they're choosing to fight with both teams level 10.
Leoric's bottom, though, so they have a 5 versus 4 advantage.
Yep.
But nothing more than a force out right now, and Leoric's getting a little bit of value pushing down bot, but he hasn't reached the turrets yet.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't lose anybody there, so that's just basically Team Maroon just trying to catch up on this level lead difference.
I mean, they're definitely it looks like almost a full level at all times at this point. Oh, there's a pause. So during the intermission period of time, it lets us catch up a bit. March of the Black King on Leoric, Ring of Frost on Jaina, Go for the Throat on Greymane, Stay a While and Listen, and Blessed Shield.
I'm actually surprised with the March of the Black King. I mean, all you're going to be hitting that with is Blaze and Murden. Murden can jump away. But I guess Entomb is probably going to get even less value, so I guess it's the lesser of two evils.
I mean, who are they going to entomb but for Stukov? But again, like I said, if they're playing Galaga and they have Blaze near him to do the... Oh, here the game's gone live. But anyway, Blaze has the bunker and Stukov is next to him, then he doesn't really have to worry about the entomb.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably just... Leoric's not going to get too much value out of either of his ults. Maybe he's trying to finish, a tank that gets too low with his March. At least provides himself a little bit of self-healing as well.
Down bot, Sparky and I Just Fizzed are doing a little trading session, just saying hi to each other, while in mid, they're trying to catch him under their turret, and not succeeding. Is this Stukov going to get punished? It looks like he is, and he is gone.
Yeah, that was an aggressive lurking arm while everybody was pushing into him. His tank was running away.
I Just Fizzed his pod bunker, and Joanna's looking like she's hurting. Yep.
There's one reset.
There's some resetting.
Oh, the Greymane's so low. Both of them are so low.
Out. He's using Go to the Throat. Jaina just got picked off.
I'm so surprised that Greymane got out of there. Honestly, I think Jaina paid the price to keep Greymane alive. I don't know if that's worth it. Kind of the same trade, but go walking away with essentially a 1-2. Stukov coming in later.
Jaina ended up holding her Ring of Frost. I'm interested to see what she'll do with it when she pops up. I think she's shooting specifically for this next fight.
Yeah, I mean, actually everybody on both teams have very short cooldown ultimates, so we're probably going to see these being popped all the time. I expect to see a lot of scuffles happen in this game.
Scuffles and kerfuffles.
Yes.
Let's see what we got up here.
But level 13 almost hit for Tilted.
And once that 13 hits, that's it's an expression of dominance. We got Genji and Murden just sitting there. Murden getting trait value, just sitting up top, out of sight, out of mind.
And so Stukov took the root talent at 13, so we're going to try to pay attention to if he gets some major roots to secure the kills, especially the nice Jaina root right off the bat.
Oh, right there. Genji's going in for the kill with Murd in support. Will Jaina? Jaina will go down, but Murden will get traded. Genji puts in a little value. Joanna goes down.
We're getting some resets, but Li Ming's got no mana, and she's body blocked by the belt.
And Li Ming is just punished for her arrogance.
We actually saw no turret go down for Decker Kane, but it's the third one going down. Genji's still alive. There's the turret for Decker, trying to provide some protection against the against the Genji, but ended up being a 2v3.
And Space Bacon and Sparky are both out of mana, with Space Bacon just sitting around, just using his potions to heal and going back. I think they're just going to sit either Genji or Stukov on the map, or both of them. No, just both of them? All right.
Yeah, they're trying to heal each other up a little bit.
Down middle, it looks like they're about to lose their fort. No? Yeah?
Yeah, the minions are just right. I've been paying attention to that as well. Leor's coming in, trying to reduce all their damage by 50%, trying to make sure that they can keep his team a little bit alive, a little bit supporting. And
this is time for Team Maroon. Yeah, this is absolutely the time to go in. Use your cooldowns.
Oh, what a nice block.
Wait.
Oh, but
no, Stukov ended up picking him. No, Genji. Interesting.
I think it was Genji inside the bunker. That little bit of a fire from the bunker was enough. Honestly, Jaina stepped up a little bit too far. She was kind of in the middle of that objective, which is exactly where she does not want to be.
And the real frustration was her Ring of Frost was almost there. I think she was aiming for the best angle.
Did she even use that fight?
I believe it was used prior to or during the more initial part of that fight. Leoric's getting a lot of pain, and
what a double root from the Stukov. What a playmaker.
And look at Murden and Genji are in the robot pounding it. Volskaya Industries is proud of you, boys.
Yeah, cause I'll say at that time with the double root from the Stukov, they actually had Li Ming at this time outside of the protector, so she was able to get her full combo off and just obliterated those two.
And I think they're going to use the aggressive nature of both one entire talent point of advantage as well as Volskaya Industries' main machine to pound away and break down this turret, if at least they're going to put value.
Honestly, this Stukov is getting so much done with his slows and roots, securing that Jaina kill pretty much instantly.
But he has a lot of faith and reliability in his two resetting Genji and Li Ming. If you notice, he just trusts in Murden and Blaze to be there to prevent him from dying.
Yeah, and they're still in there. I mean, level 16s, they're looking for this. Keep all 5 people in the bunker.
Wow, they are just burning it down, using that extra expendable hit points.
It's actually surprising during this team fight. So they've been level 16 for a full level here, and it's taken pretty much 2 minutes for 2 members of Tilted Miners to pick their level 16s, which is a pretty big deal.
Like a dog with a bone, they did not give it up until they got the keep. And now Leoric and all members of Team Maroon are up, and Tilted Miners are just saying, hey, we're done.
So, I mean, what can Team Maroon do now? They're 3 levels down. They're not level 6, nowhere near level 16 at this point. Like, what can they do to really come back in this game? I mean, they have to play super passive or just try to get a pick.
Well, right now, there is one advantage that they can say is they're going to get them better experience gain with an additional minion as the...
the catapult, yeah.
The catapult, yes. So there's a little bit of an additional experience that if they soak using Leoric, bowling up with everybody else, just using their offlaner, it's possible they can stall it out enough to start getting value.
Yeah, but I mean, Tilted Miners kind of playing passive still. Get everybody back up to full, making the map half blue for their side. Unfortunately, not really pushing with these mercs. Granted, that keep's already dead, so it doesn't really matter. But pushing a little pressure on the orc on the bot lane.
They tried to just give him a little bit of punishment, but it's Leoric, so he just walks away. And up top, we look at Team Maroon is putting some push pressure on the top 4, and I think they're going to take this without much contest, but they're going to end up trading bot for it.
Yeah, but I mean, Team Maroon needs this. They need to get 16. There's no really another place. The real question is, are they going to be able to back in time to not lose too much keep damage?
Leoric does have March up. He could do a suicidal rush in with his March and just distract them by, trying to get a kill on him. But it looks like he's playing passive right now.
So, even talent tiers, but I mean, with that trade out, it did allow Team Maroon to get 16, but now there's a keep wall open for Tilted Miners. If they win this objective, like they've won the last two, then that could almost be game if they get any more Stukov roots and kills.
This next team fight, while they're on the same talent tier, is going to determine what is the future for the rest of this game.
Definitely. Blaze is a little off by himself. He's looking for that big stun with a Murden jump.
That big stun. His
Oh
team
my
comes
God.
in. Look at the Genji. Ooh.
I don't know if anybody's paying attention. This Stukov is dirty. This Stukov is so dirty.
Root is just nasty, and he relies on his Li Ming and damage. And with the initiation from Blaze there, they just had so much confidence. Their
looking for core.
communications game is on point. Yeah, it looks like. They're not even waiting. They're just running.
Then they decided, no, we're taking too much time. They're going to be up in 20 seconds. Take another keep. Wait.
Are they? Okay, they are.
They don't know what to do.
There was a bit of hesitancy there. I wonder if they were having a communications issue or they were discussing what their next plan would be, and different people had chimed in.
Yeah.
Looks like Murden's going to secure in the Charlie for the easy protector while they take the bottom fort, leaving mid fort available and 2 wells. So they're not out of the game yet.
Yeah, but there's level 20s now. Is that a 4-level lead? Yeah.
That is a 4-level lead, yes, sir.
And level 20s, protector on the bot lane with no keep available. This is not looking good for Team Maroon. They're going to need a miracle here. They're going to need some big plays to lock somebody out and try to get either pick on a Li Ming or a Genji, get some of that damage out of the way.
Just taking an aside, Blaze here is leading the way for his team with the amount of damage taken, his experience contribution, but his siege damage is just on point. And there's a bit of a fight here going down over the turret.
Oh
it looks
my
like
God.
Genji's going in, but everybody's sleeping.
Big.
I'm not quite sure if they're going to do it.
They get 1 kill. Again, more roots from the Stukov and the zoning.
They're disengaging, but it looks like Joanna's going to get picked off. No, she has no place to hide and nothing left to save her.
For having the level 20 and a 3-level lead there, that actually fight took a lot longer than the even talent tiers.
I got to give it up for Team Maroon. They know how to slug it out, but they're just getting picked. And look at that dirty root once more.
I'm going to see a Stukov. I'm betting Stukov ban next game, easy.
Oh, hands down, the Stukov ban is going to be a respect ban. And Leoric is just not getting any trait value. He's deciding, you know what? It's time for them to secure the victory. Looks like Team 1's for Tilted Miners.
Yeah.
Game 1.
Great game. I mean, pretty good. I mean, it was back and forth in the beginning, but they did end up getting 3 of the protectors, did making it look pretty easy for them once it started to snowball for their side. But yeah, a great game, no one.
I think they observed the patterns of behavior of Team Maroon, picked it apart, saw what they were going for, what they weren't going for, because Team Maroon was on point for early turrets and early objectives, but once they lost that talent level lead, and once they lost that experience lead, they were just punished relentlessly, would not give it up.
Yeah. I mean, there was that little bit of I feel like the only downside that I could say for Tilted Miners is that when they had that level lead with level 10s, they didn't really do anything with it. But, it's hard to see those calls right away. Maybe they didn't think they were in the best position in trying to secure it for the later game.
Well, in all honesty, I really feel as though what they did is what worked for them, and they played a little cautious. They were looking at the map. They were making sure that everybody, all their ducks went in a row. If you notice, Blaze, he was the guy who was going and sent off into different places to do the wave clear, and with his quick wave clear talents, he was capable of coming back to get that stun value. Stukov would drop the root, and the silence run under them, and then it was reset, reset, reset.
Yeah, they were definitely showing how practiced they are with chaining those combos with the Blaze stun, Murden stun, root. Like, it made a easy Stukov root silence. Like, I know we kept talking him up, but honestly, that Stukov had it pretty easy for him. I mean, he used it, but it made it pretty easy.
And I got to give a shout out to Murden. He was an unsung hero. He would always take the hit point damage when necessary. He would go in and chase and add that extra crowd control value for his squishier allies to get in there and finish things off.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm just doing some stuff in the background here, trying to get the next game set up. Looks like we might have a quick little reset, but so as an update, so Team Maroon has opted to pass the map pick to Tilted Miners. looking to get that first pick option. Maybe I guess they want to get first pick on Kane again, but
I'm not sure that they're going to go for Kane this time. They saw him. They saw what the stay a while Wilson could do. It interrupted a couple of times, but there wasn't a lot of value in comparison to what was capable of. Even Lornado knocking them away would have been a better disengage for what happened because they were just pressured constantly. Deckard Kane got no rest. The old man.
yeah, and it definitely made it harder for him to really focus healing on that one target that got. Honestly, it wasn't even one target. It was all three. Like three targets got blown up in those fights.
I mean, in the initial first fight, when they were first setting up for the Protector, Deckard Kane had set it up right. He had all of the potions ready, ducks in a row, straight for a team fight from their side all the way to the middle of the objective. It just so happened that at that the first opportunity that Blaze could get value for his stun, and it was a 5-man stun, and they never let that go.
Yeah, that first stun was ridiculous. Turn it. Two. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. So we're gonna take a quick breather while we get game 2 set up. It is going to be on Tomb of the Spider Queen, picked by Tilted Miners, which gives Team Maroon the first pick. But we're gonna get into that pretty shortly. So just hang on a little bit. I'm gonna switch scenes, and we'll be right back. All right. So we're back after that short delay. Hopefully you guys weren't too pissed. But we had some laughs in chat in between times. But
Honestly, it's okay if you're angry.
yeah,
We're here now.
that's true.
We're
That's
here
true.
for you.
We can't do much about it, so other than give you the next game.
And here we are, ready
Yep.
to go.
All right. So game number 2 of Division A playoff week 1. Tilted
Tomb of the
Miners.
Spider Queens.
So, are we going to see the Decker Kane first pick again? I don't think so. But
We're definitely going to see a Stukov ban, hands down.
I definitely they banned Junkrat first. Team Maroon. Team Maroon is first pick again. They did pass the map pick over to Tilted Miners. So I think they banned Stukov. And Stukov is good on this map too.
Oh, he absolutely is. He's great area denial against the turn-in. He's great camp taker. And more so, he's also really good on boss fights to prevent people from escaping, running in, or even taking the boss.
Yeah. I mean, so Tilted didn't pick Stukov until the second round. Do you think they might save it until the second ban? Yeah, well, they're actually more scared of the Blaze. They did get a lot of stuns. Blaze did work
He
as
got
well.
a lot of initiation, a lot of work, and a lot of wave clear. His numbers were the highest in the team except for hero damage, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
So I think that's just that's straight respect for the Blaze player. I would like to see, who do you think they're going to ban on for the team of Tilted Miners against Team Maroon?
Yeah, so if they're not knowing what the heroes play, obviously I would say Maev is a very strong ban, or Garrosh. If they're not planning to pick the Garrosh, this is probably one of his better maps. Again, one of Maev's better maps. So both of those two displacement heroes that can just be frustrating to play against because, one, they are significantly harder to kill for some reason, and then they throw you into their team. You're like, oh, come on. I don't want to be over here.
I genuinely think if they were going to go for a targeted ban, they'd probably go for Greymane. He was the most effective out of the team. He ended up turning and getting away more than once. But no, they're going to remove Genji now, one of their players.
I actually just realized I did not change my scene, so they missed a little bit of what we're talking about, but they didn't miss much. But yeah.
That's quite all right. You heard us. It's an auditory thing. You're here for the casting, not for the visuals.
Exactly. That's what I try to go for, hopefully. Nobody wants to look at my dog. But
honestly, Snagnanez, it's fantastic. That's what a husky breed? They don't need to know anything about Here's the Storm.
Exactly. So the Junkrat first pick, they banned it last game, picking a Junkrat this game. Again, another one of those displacement people. Good poke to annoy the shrines.
Immediate Sonya Hanzo pick before even 38 seconds were done. I'm feeling confident that they knew what they were going for.
Yeah, they picked. I'm not like Hanzo this quick early, especially. I mean, Hanzo's gotten some significant nerfs lately to be picked that highly. I'm actually quite surprised by that. Again, but they picked their solo laner right away, especially since the Blaze got banned. Sonya still beats up Leo. Sonya's still probably one of the better solo laners past Blaze. I mean, even with Blaze, but they lost out a lot of stun power there, though.
So with Team Maroon here, they've banned out Blaze. They don't want anybody being initiative. I think they're going to go for a clump. They go for the Deckard Garrosh combo. They want that Deckard Kane.
They do like him a lot. But at least with Garrosh, it makes a lot more fun, I guess. Deckard sets up some of those slows and some of the roots, allows Garrosh to kind of just walk up to him and throw him some more. So
I can see there is a very, very good path that's going on here. Junkrat has a root and a displacement. Deckard Kane has a slow and a root, and Garrosh, of course, has a stun and a throw and eventually a taunt. So we're looking at a lot of just area denial and control here on the side of Team Maroon.
Yeah, so Tilted Miners banned out Genji already once. They already picked Hanzo going against a Junkrat. Now, Hanzo gets pretty squishy. I think they're probably going to... I mean, maybe they ban out a Medivh just to get rid of some... Like, they did a lot of burst damage last game. Medivh allows for a lot of rotations, especially with the Garrosh to portal into a throw. But they're thinking about it. They do ban the Maev.
The May I have.
I know. I feel like Maev, Medivh, it's always ones I always get like tongue twisted on if you're trying to talk about them really quick.
You're preaching to the choir. Preach it, brother. Preach it. So what do we have here? We have a lot of signs. Who do you think they're going to ban? Because looking at their team, what they don't want is Dive. What they don't want is the Stukov.
Yeah, like I said, they didn't prioritize it in their early round last game. So like I said, very beginning, maybe they were going to try to sneak it in with the second ban, which I think it works out for him. It was definitely scary. Granted, he had a lot of setup, but it was still scary.
So I'm seeing that Tilted Miners here, they're going for less of a 2 champion and Galaga combination. They're going more for Sonya. So I'm thinking that for their main tank, they're going to look for somebody against Garrosh, like a Diablo, to just punish him when he tries to displace him, or a Murdant who's safe to disengage after getting caught, or maybe even a Stitches. I'd love to see a Stitches.
Ooh, Stitches would be interesting. It'd be spicy pick. They don't have too much follow-up for the Stitches yet. Obviously, they still have a mage to pick up if they want it. They have a little bit more poke this time with the Hanzo. So I think they might be looking to do more of kind of a sustained damage with Sonya in the background. But granted, there's always leap, so they can still go dive.
Ariel and Li Ming.
Yeah,
so they do not want anybody to punish them. It's looking like they're saving their tank for last, which, as we said, maybe it would be an ETC.
Curious why they picked the Ariel over a Malfurion here. I mean, Crystal Aegis is only so-so, but is it? Yeah, I guess Whip for Garrosh. It is quite annoying for Garrosh to try to walk up to somebody and then immediately get whipped away. So if she saves it solely for that, I can see the pick there. But I don't know. She has so much weakness with the starvation for energy.
I mean, all she needs to do is cap somebody like Hanzo or Li Ming, and she's going to get energy value over time. But what I can see that they're doing is Ariel is playing keep away. Hanzo and Li Ming are doing the range damage. Sonya is playing interdiction to stop this Garrosh from doing anything of value. But with Junkrat on the table, Ariel is not going to have a good time if he gets a root or a displacement. Thrall Greymane comes in immediately.
I like the Thrall. I like the Thrall a lot. Thrall can do pretty well against Sonya in the back and the solo lane, and Sundering I feel like is going to play a pivotal role here against the Ariel. Getting her out of position is so critical.
It's going to be key, but who are they going to wrap up as their tank to cement this sort of thing? I genuinely think ETC.
There's a lot less poke for ETC to be scared of. That's one of ETC's biggest weaknesses, is that he has very limited engage. Once he engages, he's in there. So he dies to poke a lot, but there's not that much poke. And again, if ETC gets thrown, he can just slide back through the Garrosh. I could see it being viable. Joanna's always the safe pick. There is blind value in her flashlight.
Yeah, for Greymane and Thrall here, they both do auto attack damage. But
well,
all right.
Rip. Somebody dodged the lobby. We're back to somebody gets the 300 DKP minus.
Oh, you're going all the way back to Dragon Kill points? Well done!
So somebody's trying to dodge. They did not want to know what they were going to go up against.
I am actually a little curious. I think it might have been the person's internet connection that they were talking about before.
It was actually on the other team.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well.
So I guess that's kind of annoying because I think we have to go through the whole thing again.
We sure do.
All right, well,
But you know what? That just means more time for them to hear the beauty that is our voice and stare at bright, beautiful colors.
Look at that. So... All right, real quick. What were all the picks? Go before they pick them.
Okay. Everything.
Covered.
So I'm going to say, no. We're going to see a Cho'Gall right off the bat, and we're just going to run into an Anna. And with an Anna, it's also going to be a Morales and a Sergeant Hammer.
Just the all heal comp, just full supports.
Yeah, fantastic. It's just going to go all in.
All right, so it should be Blaze. And then... Shoot, I already forgot. Genji.
If they're going the exact same composition, yes.
Everybody's got to take that little time to hit the search button and find those heroes.
No, it looks like that we have an honorable pair of teams. They're just running right down their line. I expect to see a Sonya Hanzo, and I do. They want to get right back into it.
What a good guess. I had no idea. You're so knowledgeable on this game to see what they're
Well, I
going to
appreciate
pick.
the flattery, but a Garrosh Deckard is next.
I don't like it. No, the Kane was first last time.
What are they going to ban? I think it's going to be a Maeve. I could be wrong.
I'm actually calling that they forfeit because Kane was ahead of Garrosh.
Oh, alphabetically.
That's just what they picked. What, Stukov ban?
It was a Stukov ban.
All right. Well, since we have all this time, I guess we can keep conjecturing what the last tank is going to be for Tilted.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tilted didn't even show it. I'm still shooting for the ETC, etc., etc. He has all of the tools in place to just have value. He can not get punished. He can displace the 2 melees when they go in. I'm really feeling it.
There's 3 interrupts for Tyrael going for the sanctification. I mean, wait, can they just, what's that other call? Judgment, Dragon Arrow, Leaming, Leap. There's no cleanse. They should be able to just kill somebody.
You know, if they're going for one, just call out a name and kill, that would be a hilarious way to do it. And Ariel is sort of there to either resurrect or stop the punishment for going in.
I think that might be the play. I'm calling it now. I'm calling Judgment. Because there's really, like, I mean, why would they need Sanctification? You're going to put Sanctification on a Sonya? I mean, if they're already on Hanzo, then, like, so you're not going to get Sanctification off fast enough. But, I mean, early game still should go to Team Maroon. It's really going to come down to if Garrosh gets good picks.
Value.
Yeah. It is hard to get value with Tyrael. Tyrael gives run speed. Tyrael can just jump back with his Elduin's Might.
And he has a minor shield major if he specs into it.
Yeah. It'll be tough. Rotations will be a little bit on the side of Maroon, which they were last game. Rotations were higher, and taking the camps was a lot faster and on point for Team Maroon last game. It just was the team fighting. They just weren't able to pull it through. So hopefully they were able to pick up the spirits, rally back for game 2, and try to take us to game 3.
I would like to see. Who do you think they're going to send as their solo laner? I'm thinking Thrall Sonya.
Oh, 100%. Easy guess.
I mean, you say that, but they could go Greymane to try to get that early Sonya kill if he can bully her.
That's true. Greymane does do really well against Sonya. Because I think Sonya only evens it out if Sonya takes block, which I think she still takes against the Thrall anyways.
Well, it will be all revealed shortly, as well as with Thrall's first pick. If he goes Crash, he's not going solo.
Very true. Oh, I changed this
And
scene.
we're in.
All right, so game number 2. We got Tilted Miners on the left, looking to close out the playoff round for this week. We got Jace on the Tyrael. I just fizzed on the Sonya, not playing that main tank this time. Phalanx on... Oh, no. I guess he was solo. Anyways, Phalanx on the Leaming again. Aiko on the Hanzo, and Ruktal on the Ariel.
And for my boys, Team Maroon over here, we got Space Bacon as the Deckard Cain. Coca-Cola is busting out the Junkrat. Garrosh, Blanket.
Yeah. You got it.
Edgardo GL for the Greymane, and Thrall is Sparky.
All right. Looking at the talents, we do got actual Q build, basically mage spec for the Hanzo.
Looks like Thrall's going solo lane.
He's on that position so far. Got some poking, make sure we can scout them out. Garrosh is trying to get some early Q stacks. But we should be seeing some easy rotations here. Knocking that one minion out of the way. That minion ate it.
Getting value, man. You never know what that minion's going to do until you remove it from play.
Actually, you didn't think about this. The Tyrael shields is actually going to slow down the rotation from Team Maroon quite a bit, actually, since it shields all the minions. Unfortunately, they didn't get to the top lane in time, but it worked out.
Honestly, I'm looking at what Team Maroon's doing, and they're trying to force it. They're going back and forth.
Oh, they didn't pay attention.
No, they didn't, and it was almost a very nasty punishment. Good setup by that Junkrat on the displacement, but Garrosh was not there.
Yeah, that would have been clutch if he was react that quickly.
Down bottom, we're looking at a pretty average bully from Sonya onto the Thrall, but Thrall is going to just be able to be there and clear and probably poker right up. Yep.
Yeah, honestly, the Thrall in this solo lane for a little bit is just looking to get up his Echo of the Element stacks. He tries. You want to try to get that in, but at least before the 4-minute mark, getting those 2 lightnings is pretty critical.
And they're just doing the 4-man rotate. It looks like in the favor of Tilted Miner slightly. No, Team Maroon is edging out to level 3 faster.
Yeah, and they even had Greymane
sneaking bot.
Yeah, they just answered because Greymane just rotated down, trying to get a slight punish on the Sonya, but wasn't able to get... Scared him off, taking some damage, but wasn't able to get anything else out of it.
Look at the lack of concern on this Garrosh player. He does not care about the damage that people are throwing at him.
Yeah, I mean, Hanzo, I mean, he's annoying, but he's not too scary. Not until 7 anyways. Or at least not until he gets his Q stacks.
It seems that Tilted Miners have switched from doing a 4-man rotate to a 1-3-1 strategy. They're going hungrily for that experience and probably a little more cautious play.
Oh, reading chat. Oh yeah, Into the Fray is technically a cleanse. So if they are, if Tyrael goes for the Judgment and they are near enough the Garrosh, he could technically throw him away from all the stuns. That would be pretty clutch. But he cannot throw if Garrosh is stunned by the Dragon Arrow, then he cannot do Into the Fray. So. And that is another huge hitbox, just like the Blaze stun. Hanzo holding his level 4 for quite a while. Not really sure the purpose of that.
And while we're having a bit of a lull time, Thrall's picked up Mana Tide. Decker Kane's going for Potion of Shielding. Greymane's going for Thick Skin. Taste for Explosions on Junkrat. And Unstoppable, Indomitable for Garrosh.
Yeah, the Indomitable. This Garrosh player, honestly, if we see the Judgment, this game...
Junkrat's getting a little punishment, but he's going to walk away.
Yeah, got a little greedy there trying to turn in.
Oh, there was a little... Nah, it's Tyrael.
Yeah, it's Tyrael. Meh.
It's just unfortunate. Maybe it's Auriel. No, it's Tyrael.
So, Thrall doing decent on his stacks, up to 13 right now. Got a little bit behind, but, you know... Obviously, it's hard to do in a solo lane because you can only get like 2 at a time. But Maroon actually gets the first turn in.
Maroon gets that really good value first turn in, which is going to mean the experience and push is on their favor inside. It doesn't look like they're going to get anything immediately. But there's a Garrosh, and he's reaching in. Auriel did go everything to make sure that Garrosh can't get close to her.
What was that? Yeah, they does knock back 25% farther, so they're getting a little bit zoned. Got a little bit zoned by the Kane route, but Garrosh was not able to capitalize on it. That would have been really scary, but taking a whole bunch of damage from that Spider Weeb.
Unfortunately, I mean, I believe Blanket could have grabbed that Auriel. I don't know if his thing was on cooldown right there, but his reaction time did not secure an Auriel grab.
Sonya's taking a lot of damage from this Web Weaver. So now that Thrall has the Mana Tide, especially if he goes... Okay, with the Ancestral, once he gets that stacked up, he can solo Sonya pretty hard from dead, and Sonya's going to have to worry about that.
It looks like Sparky has no fear being the solo laner. He's just keeping Sonya in sight at all times right now, making sure she can't turn in those 23 or even go top without an answer. Up top, it looks like Jace, yep, they got a Tyrael with displacement.
Have we seen a throw yet? I mean, I know Tilted Miners has not given him the opportunity really to throw yet, but I don't think we've even seen an attempt. He's really just
that's
been
what I'm saying. It's just Garrosh has been holding that trait. I think he's using his Q to stack up his trait for additional stunning and lower the cooldown, but he hasn't really used his grab and throw. But who really does he have to grab? Tyrael mostly.
Yeah, I mean, if they play it right, Tyrael should be the front runner the whole time. But I mean, this Li Ming is chunking Junkrat. It gets a combo right into that choke point.
Looks like we're going for a turn in here, but no. Junkrat's just going to poke at them as often as possible.
I really like this play by Tilted Miners. They know that they have the option to turn in. They know that Team Maroon does not have an option to turn in, not enough gems. So they actually secure these knights, which give them a lot more lane presence to allow them to do a turn in safely. Because, I mean, there's a lot of poke.
While also putting Hanzo down bot, so they didn't lose a single bit of experience while they were taking that camp.
Yeah, I think it was a really good call on this time to really save those knights, save some of the giants. Or
Just Fizz is turned in down bot, thus securing the blue web weavers for Tilted Miners.
Going Wisen Duelist build from the Greymane, so we're going to see him try to stack that up. Hopefully he doesn't die too much. Yeah, Hanzo going full mage. Li Ming going to go full
Nice displacement from the Junkrat, knocked over the shield mercenary so that they could just wipe it out quicker.
And that is the most important one. They're looking to gank on this Thrall on the bot lane.
Thrall is
just a little bit away. Just walks away. A little bit of a dodge there on the.
I will say, good job, Sparky. You dodged those skill shots excellently right there. Just Fizz is trying to get a little pressure down there. Looking up top, Tyrael's getting value, breaking the turrets.
Yeah, essentially, it looks like both teams end up getting just the front walls on both turn-ins. Honestly,
level 10
Maroon
for Tilted Miners and for Team Maroon, so we're not.
Oh, it is Judgment.
Sort of avenge.
Yes, and Wave of Force
Judgment.
actually.
Wave of Force, Judgment, Dragon's Arrow, Crystal Aegis, and Wrath of the Berserker. So they're not going all in.
Yeah, I feel like I would have liked the leap, honestly. Just go all in on one person.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the Wrath of the Berserker is so that the root from our good friend over there, Junkrat, does not punish them for a long period of time. Oh, look at that Garrosh. He just got half health chunked.
Yeah, and he uses Unstoppable too. So now he can't even Unstoppable and try to enter the fray. Somebody coming in. There's the Dragon Arrow and the Judgment, but not the rest of the team. And
there was a taunt. There was an Aegis. There was a Riptide that was canceled.
So
we're looking at some health chunk. Garrosh is taking every single shot for his team. Greymane is going in. Greymane, are you going to pick up that Tyrael? You are.
Oh my god, and they're good. Honestly, I think they just were not on the same page there. Unfortunately, Tyrael saw the Deckard out of place, but none of his DPS were nearby.
Team Maroon is not finished with these people. They are pushing as hard while securing as much turn as they can possibly get. Looking at top, however, the minion waves are pushing for the first keep.
First fort.
Fort, yep.
Yeah, so that
I was getting these mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, so that Web Weaver is going to start a little farther back from Team Maroon. Not the best, since the top lane is the most important lane on this map. But they're going to have a lot more value on bot.
Absolute value with Space Bacon and Edgardo GL. They got the camp before the Web Weavers were completely summoned so that they could just remove it from the capability later on when the Web Weavers die.
Yeah, so for this next team fight, I mean, we're going to want to see Tilted Miners have a lot more focus on that one target, having everybody available. But honestly, the disruption from Team Maroon after it failed was spot on. I mean, you got Sundering to push them to separate them. You got Taunt to separate them. Blew out the Aegis really early. And then it just came, like, Greymane was just able to clean up the fight.
Both Garrosh and Ariel are doing a very interesting, intricate dance of I want you, I don't want you. And Ariel got displaced, but there was nothing to do about it. She went completely south.
There's one taunt out.
There it is on the Sonya. Sonya gets taunted and killed. There's the smack away, but Argardo says, I'm not done with you.
Hey, Ariel forced to blow the Aegis on herself. Big Dragon Arrow coming in from the top lane from the Hanzo. Actually, is able to stop Edgardo. Stay a while.
Stay a while and listen. Did not put, they had plenty of opportunities to go in on that Ariel and Li Ming, but I think they were more worried about where was the rest of the team because I don't think they had line of sight on them for a period of time.
They're all just solos Hanzo from this. Like, did he even auto attack him once? Just from the lightning, Sundering lightning, and is able to kill the Hanzo right off the bat. That feels good to be a Thrall.
It really does. He has enough 23 to get a significant turn into the next with him and Junkrat. I wonder if they're going to do it while they have an advantage, but Ariel and Tyrael are going to come in and say no.
Nah.
They're going to go for defense.
Yeah, at this point, basically, neither team has a turn in. There's not too much value being made in taking the camps because most of the time you want to take the camps when you're trying to secure the turn in. So we're probably going to see both teams probably playing pretty passive until one team gets enough coins. But as I say that, they dive in.
Throw up. There goes the Judgment. Does he get out? He does.
Oh my
Look
God.
at that Edgardo. He is nothing but amazing. His entire team, well played there.
Tyrael wanted it so bad.
He really did. He did not get it, and that Junkrat is just chasing that Ariel right out.
And
There's nothing to be done.
I think the only thing that saved that Grammy in that fight was because the Garrosh and I think the Decker Kane actually stood in front of him and blocked the arrow, and it was far enough away where the arrow AoE actually did not hit Greymane, which is surprising because that thing is huge. But so he's able to just barely walk away.
Then Junkrat used a slight nudge, his ult, just to nudge him away to make sure that Greymane wouldn't drop down, thus making it that Team Maroon has a level lead here, even if they're on the same talent tier. That's what, a 2% numbers advantage right now?
Yep. And they have Web Weavers coming, so they will secure the top fort easily. Bottom fort's already down. The only downside is that I mean, they'll definitely 100% get mid fort, but the Web Weavers going to be a little farther away.
Respond to bot.
Yeah, I think they try to focus top first. It looks like they're going to split up. They're going to do like a 2-3.
Yeah, but it's not good because they're balling up as a 5. Sonya has to answer down to bot, meaning they're going to get this keep, or this fort, right now. They're going to push all the way to keep while everybody's split.
Sonya looking to get picked up on Sonya. Was she a Junkrat bomb?
Can they? You got a displacement. Garrosh is coming in. Garrosh with the taunt. He has his throw up. She is gone. That is a good pickup, and it looks like they're going to put and take down this wall at least.
And that's definitely one of the annoying things about Junkrat. It gets rid of one of the escape tools because you can only run through that gate, but Junkrat just puts a bomb there. It's like, nope, see you later. Going the other direction towards my team.
And there goes the fountain, and they just decide that's enough for them. It looks like they're gonna come support the remainder of the mid Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yep. So second Web Weavers. Ooh, the Garrosh.
Got the Garrosh, and Garrosh throws him. Garrosh gets blinded. Garrosh gets removed. That Dragon Arrow did not get any value because of Tyrael securing it.
It was actually the Tyrael's judgment split the team and killed Garrosh, so the arrow just went right through everybody. That's hilarious.
It looks like top needs to get answered, and bot needs to get answered by Tilted Miner. They can't continue this chase for a long period of time, but the talent tier does go to Team Maroon.
Wow. So that was a sick Elduin's Might that blocked in that Garrosh.
Absolutely amazing. That was such a pin, and even though Garrosh threw him out, Tyrael just has an answer. He could just come right back. So they're not out of the game yet. I think they're going to hold on as best they can, but right now Team Maroon's looking like they have the advantage.
Yeah, and there's still no kings down. It can still go either way. Essentially, Tilted Miner is going to look to get at least one more turn in, just to try to push their lanes back in, get some more momentum back in the game. Maybe if they catch this Garrosh? Oh, not Garrosh, Thrall.
All the cooldowns are looking like ults are ready. They're going to look for a fight here, and I think they're going to do it at boss.
There's no way they go for boss. If anything, they bait this.
Absolutely going for boss. They're either going to bait it or go for it.
They don't go for this. It's such a bad pick. There's an Elduin's Might. You don't take boss with a Holy Ground Tyrael.
They're baiting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh!
The double taunt.
It looks like, unfortunately, Sonya is going to get caught, as well as Li Ming and Ariel just get punished for it. Tyrael comes back in. Sonya drops.
The 5-man wipe.
Team wipes. This is a boss, and I think this could be game if they use this boss to push. There's like 30 seconds of just time. At least to keep, if not core damage.
Yeah, that fight was all over the place. I mean, we saw the Tyrael judgment was held for quite a while because he got split behind him with the throw, and then, but like the Sundering was held for so long after the judgment, and is actually able to secure 2 kills just from the judgment alone, or just from the Sundering alone.
Look at the credit for Blanket, right, or Blamecat right there. He walked into them and used Unstoppable like that to stop the displacement so that he could get his taunt and throw. Yeah,
he really wanted the Ariel, unfortunately, but he settled for both the Tyrael and the Sonya, and then the Junkrat coming back in with the Reptire on the back line.
He got value where he could get it.
Yep.
And there's Sonya getting thrown again. She's in a corner getting pounded. The boss stuns him as soon as the ult was down, and she gets picked off.
Boss MVP, man. Oh my god, that Riptide does half of Arl's damage. Health.
Greymane is going in, getting that Tyrael kill because his team was left. Team had to leave him.
The minion saves the Ariel from the throw. I mean, that was a great sleep.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it looks like Team Marooner is going to pull out here and go, and I think they're going to take the Bruiser. They're looking like it. They're looking like they want
I think they take another keep. This keep is so low. They just go right to keep. Yeah, easy.
Oh, yeah. It looks like. Well, they're going to use Junkrat as sort of a range. Yeah, they're definitely taking that Bruiser, guys. There's nothing you really can do, and this is going to secure level 20 very shortly for Team Maroon.
I think they should have dove for that keep. They had 5 up. They could have tried to get a keep, another pick with the Junkrat and the Garrosh. I think that would, but they settled for the more safe play. They didn't want to have anybody die at a critical time.
Because all the ults are up for Tilted Miners, and they have nothing to lose and everything to gain with a good play.
Yeah, exactly. So level 20s, we got the double throw for Garrosh, the big cannonball from Junkrat where he starts pumping out a lot of damage.
Actually, this map is red. This map is red.
Yeah, they have complete control. Now, basically, so game 1, there was a 3 to 4 level lead for Tilted Miners. Game 2, we got a 3 to 4 level lead for Team Maroon. So it's back and forth. I mean, these teams are very even matched. I guess it depends on their map. And this is actually picked by Tilted Miners.
I'm really excited to see how they're going to end up either clinching this or if Tilted Miners could come back. I have confidence in the way that they executed the first game, that they are talking to each other. I don't think that as long as they don't get flustered, they could get a comeback. But Team Maroon has cemented themselves in an advantageous position. They're going to use all the minion waves and just push down that keep.
Yeah, unfortunately, this puts Tilted Miners in such a tough position trying to clean up these catapults.
No, don't get distracted. Top isn't anything.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily for them, there's no gem turn-in.
Shield damage.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also no gem turn-in available for Team Maroon, or at least not full yet. That's the only downside of Tomb with Spider Queen. The only thing that really stops Snowball, I mean, granted, it gets Snowbally, but stops it a little bit is because it does make it a lot harder for the winning team to get gems, because now you're so far pushed into... Your catapults push into the other lanes so far.
But at this point, you've got to consider that Tilted Miners is going to have a hard time getting any turn-in. They don't have any safe way to get into the turn-in places. It's always going to be advantageous for Team Maroon to just keep an eye out.
Yeah, I mean, they have level 20. Still a level and a half lead of just whatever they can do whatever they want. Looking for picks, looking for... control the lanes. Not really going to push in these knights, which I would think would be the better call here. Get that extra spell damage, spell armor, especially with level 20s. Again, still playing it just super safe. Ooh, but they're coming in.
I think that Team Maroon is, yep, they're going to go right in for the hard engage. They're level 20. They got... Oh, that stay a while and listen. Where did Tyrael go?
Yeah, I mean, the Riptire... The Greymane, they're just destroying these squishies.
And they're just going to run right in the minion wave up top, and I think this is going to call it for game 2 in the Team Maroon.
I mean, Team Maroon pressing the R button was just a little bit stronger than Tilted Miners pressing the R button. Unfortunately, we never saw like the true Judgment, Dragon Arrow, like real good combo there. So, but I mean, Team Maroon was able to really just punish them hard.
Absolutely. Well played on both sides. I am suitably impressed at what was represented here.
All right, so that's going to be game 2 going to Team Maroon, which is going to bring us...
That's a 1-1.
Yeah, that's bringing us to game 3.
All right, so just a quick look at the numbers here. Look at Hanzo. He died 4 times, but his numbers are very solid. I mean, he's representing on top siege, top hero. I mean, he was just ever present, even if he wasn't getting value with his Dragon Ultimate. That one time where Tyrael pinned and knocked away everybody so the Dragon Arrow went through probably was one of my favorite. If I could, I'd clip that.
Yeah, there was like such a small little corner for Garrosh to fit in. Like, it's just one of those funny moments. But I mean, honestly, a lot of those team fights were so clutch for both teams. I think the Decker Kane had a couple good stay a whiles that game that were at least able to separate out the damage dealers of Tilted Miners, so that way Team Maroon could really focus on killing like this. Especially they just focused on Sonya and Tyrael. They were the first to die every fight.
Yeah, Sonya didn't have any method of escape, so once they displaced her with the Garrosh, but especially with the Junkrat on Coca-Cola on the Junkrat, he would use his exploding
The Riptire,
mine
yeah.
and the Riptire to just absolutely punish them as fast as they could. And once Tyrael was in it, he was just, once he got taunted, he didn't have any way to use his escape buttons. And without his escape buttons, he just became a frail target, a punching bag for the Greymane to follow up with the Thrall.
Yes, I mean the way that game turned out. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. It looked like the Sanctification probably would have been the better pick, only because of the way the game went. Obviously, it's not the way that they planned, but Sanctification against Riptire does do a lot to save your team.
I really feel as though they went through a follow-up, and I really wanted to see that Sonya do the leap.
I did
really
too.
Still did want to see that. It would have also helped with her escapes, because that's one thing I feel as though she lacked as a character. I think she was aiming more for the roots and to stop the stay a while and listens, and in the end, that wasn't what ended up punishing her. It was the displacements. So it's devil's bargain.
It's always tough to go back in the team fight or go back into the game and see what you could have done different. This guy to the game. We're going to move into game 3 pretty quickly here, actually. Surprise. Compared to last game, anyways. Or last break. Pace Bacon actually visiting the Twitch chat as well. Once I don't play like a moron, Deckard is pretty good.
I mean, I have to say, it's not playing like a moron. Sometimes, and I see this a lot, and I see it in many teams, is it takes a while to warm up. It takes a while to cement. And also it takes a while to analyze your opponent while you're in the game and react.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Deckard was... It's harder to see Deckard's value past his ultimates because like the pots go out so quick, especially with the shielding. But there were lots of times in that game where like... But obviously the time when Greymane got so low past the Tyrael, and Tyrael was like thirsty for that Greymane kill. That
Can we just focus in on that for a minute? Edgardo GL, your escapes are just so consistently close. I would like to know how low of a hit points he had in those, because
yeah, I was not fast enough to click the little... I mean, that's saying something, because I was not... Granted, I didn't think about clicking him, but his health got really low, but it came back up pretty quick with the Kayn throwing the pots. I mean, that is still a skill shot. Technically, it's like throwing the Zebo spiders out. It has that little bit of delay before it gets to you, but there's been it's so frustrating that sometimes when you're playing the Kayn or you're playing with a Kayn and like they throw the pot right behind you as you're running away, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna run back to that. But it's kind of like a missed heal. But yeah, that time with the Greymane wiggling away from the Tyrael, like
it was some of the most exciting escapes I've seen in a while. But I've got to give it to them. Both teams were going into a 1-1 in game 3. They're both in it to win it, and I gotta say, looking at it right now, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
at all.
One game was one-sided to one team, the other game was one-sided to the other team. So, like, it's hard to see if any team was really dominant because it's even. Like, it's 1-1. It's clear 1-1. Not like it's not cheese. They're both solid team. They're both solid drafts, so there's no cheesiness going on.
I'll say this much. From what I can tell, just looking at them, Team Maroon has the better experience lead, whereas Tilted Miners has the better team fight.
Yeah, even though that last Tomb game didn't show it too much, but yeah, I definitely agree. It does seem Team Maroon has been consistently a little bit more ahead on macro. I don't know. That Tomb game, they didn't look as good on macro. Like their Merc timing was a little bit lackluster.
You
but
got to take a step back just from the mercenaries, because taking mercenaries just to take mercenaries doesn't bring value. Taking mercenaries to follow up behind them brings value, or as a pressure release.
no, I completely agree. Yeah.
Team Maroon, all they did was they kept the slight experience edge the entire time. They learned from their first game. They came in the second game and they did not drop it. They even did I believe they did the 1-3-1, or was that Tilted Miners?
That was Tilted. Yeah.
Yeah, Tilted Miners did the 1-3-1, which could have caught them up, but they didn't commit to the bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Team Maroon, once they had the experience lead, did not have to let it go. Just kept rolling with it. And they just kept punishing them. And once Garrosh was capable of grabbing in, or he timed his unstoppables to get in close from Ariel's whips, because Ariel's whips were on point on preventing him.
Yeah, I mean, the times that Garrosh taunted were the times when Tyrael and Sonya wanted to engage. And so it was kind of like, all right, you run into me. That's fine. I want you here. I want you beating on me because I'm just going to get that armor. I'm going to get those sick pots from Decker Kane. All right, so we're just got a little bit of a pause here. I think one team, Team Maroon's got a little bit of a, let's take a little bit of break, but should be up and running in a minute. Where's my dog?
Who let the dogs out?
Ah, old school.
I mean, the only school.
All right, chat. Who's going to win game 3? This is close.
I just fizzed says, we are ready with all of the waiting on one from Sparky.
Yep. Let's see. Let's try to catch up on chat a little bit. Richard Greer says that Leap probably was going to be the pick. Should have been the pick. I agree. Also because, but you know. All right. What's your best Sonya Leap impression? Go.
Well, I'd have to hear her think is oh
my god, my ears. Rip
it's
you.
Right.
Rip headphones. The people in chat don't realize that I have to turn you way up. Let's see.
It sounds kind of like a you problem.
That is, it's true. That is a me problem.
Unfortunately.
All right, so it's kind of fair. So first break we're waiting on Tilted. Second break we're waiting on Team Maroon. So this, I guess I can say we are bringing it to Towers of Doom, picked by Tilted Miners. So they did have their choice of maps all 3 games in the series. It worked out for the first one, did not work out for the second one. Let's see how it goes for the third one. Towers of Doom. I'm gonna take this time to look at their profiles. Let's get some dirt.
Digging in.
Yeah.
Digging in. You can click on them?
Yeah, if you're click on the like the chat box and they're in the lobby, so you can right click their profile. Oh, but they're ready.
Dang.
Wait, I almost messed up. That was close. I didn't change it to didn't change it to tournament draft. All right, first team to tournament.
No match history.
Team 2. Okay, we're all good.
No, it's fine. You're in it to win it.
All right, game number 3, Division A, Week 1. Number 4 team versus number 5 team. Who's gonna bring it home? Who's gonna get knocked out? So we've had a Junkrat ban, we've had a Blaze ban, we've had a Stukov ban. All the people, I mean, they played a really good Junkrat that game, so I'm actually surprised. I don't think we're going to see a Junkrat ban this time. Maybe we'll see a Junkrat ban by, I don't know. Garrosh did work too, so we're going to stick with a Blaze. Did I lose my co-caster?
You did not lose your co-caster. I'm currently watching them because they're doing the very quick Garrosh Blaze, and they haven't done any selections. It's a respect removal of the Garrosh after the first game for Team Maroon from Tilted Miners. But for Blaze, they still don't want to see it. They still don't want to see that Blaze after the first game. But they're going for the immediate secure of the Junkrat, so they still want that displacement. I think they're going to go and try to get a Maeve.
Towers of Doom. Maiev is not as good, but obviously she can still be quite annoying. So let's see. What they banned Genji last. Tilted banned Genji last time. Garrosh punished them for it. Yeah, Garrosh punished them for it. So definitely going back to the Garrosh. But I say that's good. Don't want to deal with Garrosh.
But it kind of leaves a lot of tanks open, and I think as right now Towers of Doom does not have a keep push. It has fort pushes. So wave clear is going to be the most value with ranged poke to secure the towers and crowd control to win the team fights around objectives.
100%. Yeah, a lot of times they're gonna pick up the cane this time.
Oh, I think that's a respect removal.
They just want to fluff some feathers and puff off their chests and say we can do it better. We'll beat you with a cane.
We'll beat you with a cane. With the cane.
Exactly. Perfect.
So, who do you think they're going to pick here for Team Maroon? I'm feeling it. I think they're going to go with I think they're going to go with a Lucio.
I mean, against the Genji, it's like sound barrier is really good against the Dragon Blade, less good against X Strike.
But then you have, he can break it down. He can move away from Genji. He can get everybody around. And he can also protect Junkrat by knocking him away. Because although Genji is a ranged champion, a lot of his value goes in making sure his E's hit as well as his Q's. Nope, they went Malfurion Li Ming.
Taking away one of the resets.
Range poke, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far, Team Maroon has been showing the damage, healer, tank in the first rotation on all three of their game on the other two games. So now they're actually showing both their damage dealers in the first round. So basically, they're showing their cards. They know essentially Tilted now knows Team Maroon last two picks are going to be a tank and are going to be most likely a solo laner, some type of wave clear hero. I need to change my stats to 1-1. There we go.
So, I don't know. It's looking second ban. I'm going to feel they've seen what Greymane can do. Remove the Greymane.
Why would they need? They don't need to ban Greymane. Oh, you're talking about Team Maroon bans Greymane. There's already 2 DPS taken for Maroon.
Yeah, but they could go 3 DPS. I mean, this is the sort of map that one tank's certainly significant enough for. Do you really think
I don't want that many? Yeah, you don't want that many backline against Genji though. Genji would just run train. Like 3 backline usually gets punished by double tank and some type of dive because there's just not enough protection. But I think it's a pretty good ban with the Varian. It's a taunt.
They're getting
messes
rid
up
of both
Genji.
taunts.
Yep. And Kane doesn't have a cleanse, so I think that was a pretty smart ban.
I'm trying to think of what they would ban in counter of it. I mean, respect ban for what, Sonya? Sonya would be really strong for taking the camps on this particular map, so I think Team Maroon's going to remove Sonya out of the equation.
Are they scared of Dahaka at all? I mean, Dahaka's strong on this map just because of the global, being able to take the top tower and then also being able to join the team on the bottom tower. I just don't think he's scary enough.
They're going for the Murden, so they don't want anybody to hop over any walls or any of the stuns or slows or any of the crowd control that Murden provides. So the Murden would be a chunky person to chase down Junkrat and Li Ming, so I can definitely see that. They're going for the Dahaka. Good call.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of his stronger maps along with Cursed Hollow. Picking up the Joanna, so I don't know. I don't know if I like Joanna. Like Garrosh is banned, Variant's banned, Murden's banned. I guess Joanna's the only pick. I feel like you almost should have picked Diablo just to create some type
all
of
those walls.
Yeah, I feel like Diablo might have just been back only just because he wants to dive. I feel like Joanna just is not going to do enough. Joanna's just kind of sit there and going to get poked down and not really help the team out. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, but I would have liked the Diablo pick.
I agree with you on the Joanna. I don't feel confident with it because what does she have? She has Unstoppable, she has a draw in, but Li Ming and Junkrat both have a displacement. And the only Unstoppable that Joanna has, once it runs out, she's just... Oh, okay. The ETC's coming out with Sonya. They are going for map control with Sonya.
Yeah, we'll see here. Probably be on the top lane, and essentially during the tower switches, we'll probably see her try to take some mercs. Unfortunately, she's the best merc camper for their team, but usually you'll send the two DPS and the healer to take those sappers on the bot lane, and you really want to control those sappers in the bot lane. The bot lane on this map is so crucial for just really
With
the whole
double
flow.
sappers, when you can push them in, and also the towers that seem to frequently go there. Absolutely, I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Like it just provides so much flow of the map is on that bot lane.
I'm going to disagree with you though. I think ETC is going to go the global ultimate. It's only 15 seconds longer than Dahaka Z.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Think of how many interrupts they have. They have Joanna, which is basically just an ETC interrupt by herself, but also
Yeah.
Dahaka if you can get a long enough hook.
Is the tongue range long enough to actually interrupt ETC?
At the barest edge.
Is it? Okay, so it's
If
kind of
you
like
don't get
Lucio.
caught.
It's kind of like Lucio's boop, I guess. I think because Lucio
mean-
can interrupt ETC.
Barest edge.
Yeah.
But he could always go the tongue range if he's not feeling comfortable with it.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the tongue range is at 7, so he will not know if ETC's gone mosh pit yet.
No, tongue range is further than that.
Is it at 16? Oh, it might be at 16.
Yeah, because 16, I think it competes with Barrow.
Yeah, the burrow. Yep, burrow movement. I don't know this. I feel like these drafts are like for what the team like the other drafts. I could see what the team was doing. Like I could see what their goal was. For these drafts, I feel like I'm not seeing it as much. I mean, I feel like I would have liked Tilted Miners draft a lot more without the Joanna, because like you have the Jaina there for a lot of bursts, you got the Genji there to finish somebody off, but Joanna's not really going to secure that positioning that they're going to want. Like Joanna's just going to try to walk up to Leeming and Junkrat. Like, I mean, I guess you can try to just burn ETC too.
They could try to burn ETC if he's straight up there, but let's be honest with you. They have Sonya, and Sonya who immediately grabs she's going right for cams. She grabbed War Paint for the basic attack healing. Joanna grabbed Laws of Hope. Oh, did you want to do the instruction?
I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, let's do a quick introduction.
Please do.
So we got Jace with the Joanna. I just fizzed now, no longer on the solo laner or the tank. So we on the mage Jaina, Rukdal on the Kayn, Eiko on the Genji, and Phalanx on the Dahaka.
Coca-Cola, Junkrat, Blanket, ETC, Edgardo, GL on Li Ming, Space Bacon on the Malfurion, and Sparky on the Sonya.
And so we're probably not going to see too much of a scuffle here in the mid lane, I think. Unless we get a good Junkrat bomb. But there's actually all 5 members here. Tongue missed.
Well, all 5 for Tilted Miners, not all 5 for Team Maroon. Sparky's up top.
Yeah, so probably actually a favorable trade there for Maroon there, doing a lot more damage than taking as a 4v5.
Yeah, that is a fantastic... Well, Coca-Cola and Edgardo both have the ranged poke respect for both Junkrat and Li Ming, which is going to prevent, honestly, objectives. I think that's what their game plan is. They're going to use ETC as the big chunky bruiser to knock people away from them while they just deny objectives and poke people down.
I think that's definitely their game plan. It's going to work out for him because, I mean, Kayn is... I mean, he has decent good poke if everybody's nearby. Being able to throw the potions out to him. But there's just going to be so much poke that it's going to be really hard for them to take any bell towers.
It looks like they're going for an early, very early camp over for Tilted Miners. But at the same time, look, Coca-Cola is soloing his.
Are they going to engage on him? Do they sense it? They see Malfurion just now rotating there. They're going to run over there. They have Dahaka.
Come up from behind.
Dahaka can easily join in on this fight if they need to, but I think they might just give it up.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to give it up to Tilted Miners. Tilted Miners going to grab it, but they're losing experience while Sonya is just keep the train going.
Did they lose any experience? I don't think, because I mean, technically, they didn't lose any more experience than Maroon did, because nobody rotated. It became a 4v4 fight. But
Okay.
they were definitely scared of the fact that Dahaka can easily join in at any time and make it a 5v4, and it's more fair just to give it away, and then you have an easy clear. It doesn't even go into any damage. But actually, Jaina is going to give them the level lead here.
Kind of, yep, that Malfurion is on point. He's doing the reveals in every single bush, catching Genji right as he was just trying to do a little sneaky engage. Up top, Sparky versus, I believe that's Fowlerinks. Fowlerinks looking just to get value to, yep, drag him in, smack him around. Can't really bully a Sonya this early in the game, and Sonya is looking pretty confident just pushing the waves, moving over to objective to sit in the bush.
Yeah, but on the bot lane, we actually got Tilted Miners was able to interrupt a rotation from Team Maroon and actually catch Malfurion off guard and just blow him up with the Jaina. So that's going to be really good for Tilted Miners because it's going to actually give them 2 bell towers here. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, the poke game is real with Junkrat and also with Li Ming, and he's coming in, and look, Space Bacon's going to be here before the fight really truly begins. ETC just has to walk over. ETC went the bigger interrupt. Junkrat's down.
Yeah, the Junkrat was trying to get some of that poke in there, but actually ran into a Jaina Blizzard, and Sparky just sacrificing herself, saying, I'm not going to get out of here, so I might as well just run back to you. The Junkrat's getting, I'm not the Junkrat, the Genji is getting so much value with his resets now.
I have to say, right now it's looking as Tilted Miners has a superior position, right?
But this is Towers of the Doom, and I have seen a
Game
much
swing.
Yeah, much. I'm not gonna plug us too much because we played really bad yesterday. But we came back. My team on the playoff game came back from a 32-4 deficit. So I have seen some pretty good comebacks on this map. It is not over until the last bell tower. Really, this map is all about controlling the lanes, as we talked about before, getting that soaking, getting that tower damage in, and putting pressure on the map before the bell towers are really that important.
And really, it comes down to map awareness. I feel as though map awareness and predicting what the enemy team is doing, keeping control of those camps, is going to have the most value. And Genji, with his capability of going in and out, is an excellent scout for Tilted Miners to sort of keep their advantage. I mean, they have Sonya. She's trying to take the camp up bot, but Tahaka is not giving her a moment to rest. He's just keep poking his head in and reporting what's going on.
And honestly, it works better for Tilted. They have a better 4v4, or at least they've shown a better 4v4 so far. But this might all change with level 10s. I'll be very interested to see how this works with level 10s available with the Rip Tower, with the Li Ming. Nice blink from the Jaina dodging that Genji, but still goes down.
Once again, that Genji is just getting value. Jaina slow with Genji has proven to be a significant portion of damage. ETC is doing his best, though. He's really displacing and preventing a good follow-up by Joanna.
Yeah, ETC's in a really weird position because, like, as the nature, you want to get that stun for the engage, but then you lose all your peel. So it's like, what does he do afterwards? Now we're going to see the poke from the other side.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go haul in, but that's it for Dahaka, unless ETC drops first, and Genji goes in, gets his reset, gets out. Joanna's going to cover his escape. Li Ming's all alone, but Jaina's deep in enemy territory. Displacement is going to take her away from life.
What?
Oh, no, Jaina fade.
Oh, my God.
Back. Is she? Nope.
That Sonya got so confident about killing that Jaina. Oh, you're on our side of the towers, but she just got blown up. What a trade.
A shotgun that has envy for the Jaina.
Yeah. She's like, whatever, I'm bringing you down with me. I don't care if I'm in behind enemy lines.
So we have a bit of a trade. It is currently Tilted Miners 32, Team Maroon 28.
And also a full level lead, and that's going to tell the bigger story here. If they are able to get a lot of value out of this level 10s, make sure that they can try to push on a fort, be aggressive, then they control the bot lane. They've already got the towers down. I'd like to see them aggressive.
So I'm seeing, just looking at some of those talents here, well, no, there's no lull. There's Junkrat dying and Genji going in with the ultimate.
Yeah,
they're looking for a Space Bacon, but Space Bacon is not going to get dropped. ETC is going to peel appropriately, and Space Bacon's going to walk away.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do. They did use a lot of ultimates for it, and so I believe Maroon will have their ultimates before the cooldown is up on X Strike. But if they were able to steal, I mean, they had the right idea. They try to steal those merc camps. If they were able to do it, it would have been a different story.
So just a quick rundown. We have Stay a While and Listen on Deckard Cain. Joanna has Blessed Shield. We have Adaptation for Dahaka. X-Strike for Genji, and Summon Water Elemental for Jaina on the side of Tilted Miners. Stage dive, called it.
You did. Wow, I'm actually very surprised by that. Just because there's so much threat with Mosh Pit, but yeah, there are a lot of ult interrupts. But like he's gonna be in the 4-man the whole time. What value are you gonna get out of stage dive?
Honestly and truly, I feel as though ETC should be top right now. Stopping that Dahaka, you know, countering, mirroring the Dahaka. You have a 15-second deficit, but
if ETC's not with the 4-man, they're just gonna get blown up by Joanna's just gonna be able to walk up to him, and then there's Genji and Jaina. Like he has to be there with them the whole time. We'll see.
This fight is really important. There comes the Riptire. The Riptire gets deflected. The Li Ming goes down.
Yeah, that Jaina burst followed up with a Genji burst for the finish off the kill. I mean, that was a perfect deflect right on the Riptire. And that's hard to time. I mean, the Riptire could have been held. He didn't have to use it right there.
Yeah, so 1.25 seconds for Genji's deflect, and Riptire was just perfectly scouted out and timed.
Mm-hmm. So now with those 2 kills, Tilted Miner's able to secure the bottom fort. Maybe not. They'll come back for it.
I think they'll come back for it. But top lane, Sonya is just aggressively pushing as hard as she can while she sees everybody on the map.
Yeah, try to get that 13 or get closer to 13.
Sparky's doing everything a bruiser should be doing right now.
Ooh, Genji.
We got a bit of an engaged Genji. Is he going to get caught? There's not a lot of follow-up. Oh, there is. Slide, slide, slide. And that is the stage dive right there. But Malfurion.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that, there was probably a little bit of miscommunication. He wanted to be the playmaker. He tried to come in from the top side and try to solo the Jaina, but just got turned on.
All that slow on all that root value is going to get this Li Ming. No, ETC is not having it.
Ends up dying to the Dahaka. Junkrat's trying to come back to get the counter kill. This has been a long fight for seemingly over nothing.
Joanna's coming in. Junkrat has nowhere to escape. He's just going to die to the 2 tanks.
Hey, thanks, Jason, for the host, for 29 viewers. For any of you guys that are watching that just joined in, this is the game number 3 of Tilted Miners versus Team Maroon. It's honestly, the first 2 games have been back and forth with one side beating the other side and then vice versa. But, you know, and this game's just still kind of in the mid-game right now.
Yeah, it's been a epic back and forth. The first game was Tilted Miners. The second game was Team Maroon. We're coming into the third game. Tilted Miners has the advantage right now, but it is Towers of Doom.
Yeah, exactly. There's always room to come back because you cannot go straight to the core. But now that they have full control of this bottom fort, Genji's actually taking the Merc camps. There's a bell tower, and this is basically a free bell tower because it's pretty hard to rotate into that.
Sonya's going to clear this mid lane. She's not even concerning herself with bot at all. Dahaka only has to match her at this point. He has to do nothing more than that to soak for her team.
Yeah, let's look at this, actually. I don't know what stat. There it is, the experience. So Dahaka is up to 9,000. Sonya's actually up to 11,700. But ETC just
goes down to a Jaina combo. Stay a while and listen, but they're... Genji, you are absolutely confident, but
the greed. That was some greed.
The greed gets punished, and they're going to actually stop the pumpkins from going in.
Yeah, that was probably a little unnecessary to dive into the kill zone. I know Genji has the X-Strike and can usually deflect and dash out, but I think he used the deflect early.
And he also used the X-Strike to try to get those kills. Did not get a reset and was punished for it.
Oh my god, this Jaina.
Jaina is getting deflected, but nope, Genji's going in, getting his reset and getting out. ETC not getting any value for his slide and ultimate.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides of ETC is that once you use that, you're like just walking away, hoping that they don't poke you down too much. This Genji's looking for another reset. These these shurikens are just poking him down. Honestly, these team fights, it's like a long skirmish is what it is. The skirmishes have lasted for 2 minutes.
This has been a constant pressure skirmish without any cessation for just about, 2.5 minutes.
Finally leaving buff.
No. Genji's getting low, but I think he's still looking for that reset. He's still going for the poke. Oh,
Yeah,
While I was looking at that, Sonya just got ganked by Joanna and Dahaka.
yeah, they came in. Sonya got a little bit greedy on the Dahaka, actually got low, and Joanna ended up using her ultimate for it. But a kill's a kill, especially before bell towers.
All right, we got a little bit of aggression with Joanna, but she can afford it. She has still has a full talent tier and 2 levels in total. Dahaka is going to secure their side. Deckard Cain's going to secure the left, and it looks like we have 5 left.
And Pumpkin's coming in, looking to get these last. So this is going to be a long fight, trying to secure these Pumpkins in. That if they get at least one in, that makes boss available to be a play.
All right, we have a very low Genji, and we have some panic teleports from this Li Ming.
Watermelon coming out, Watermelon's going the wrong way, kind of get into the
Watermelon
tower
getting
damage.
knocked out. Stay a while and listen. Doesn't do much.
Actually, the stay a while listen was actually clutch because it secured 3 of the pumpkins. All 3 pumpkins went in because it stopped them from damaging.
There goes down Genji. There goes Li Ming.
But again, with this greed, they already got 3 pumpkins in. Just go boss. There's no reason for Genji to die there.
There's no reason to Genji to die, but I think they could still go to boss and secure it. They're going with the Haka. They're going for it. I see a ping. No?
Yeah, this side, Death Timers must be up too quick. If they had not lost Genji there, I think they probably would have gone for it. Did Genji secure the kill? I don't know if that was... He got a kill with that X-Strike, didn't he? I didn't.
I think, honestly, Genji was... I think Genji tried to secure the Junkrat who was already being secured. But I could be mistaken. There was a lot of action in a very short period of time, and my camera was not focused on where your camera was.
All right, so this is the tricky part. So do we send one person bottom to the bell tower and try to, like, you have to position around the boss?
And Sonya's getting caught out. There's the root, there's the slow, there's the damage. She's gone. They're going right for it.
Yeah. And there's also Genji sitting on the bell tower. They have to split up their time. This is so tough. I mean, there's not even stopping Genji. So this is a guarantee win.
Good game to Tilted Miners.
Yeah, they were just able to start to secure those team fights earlier on and get that kind of that flow of the map to really get them the game. Oh, I didn't get
that.
The
was
GGs in.
Well played.
I mean, those are good. Those were honestly were all 3 good games. This is so many skirmishes in that last game. That like team fights in that bottom lane were lasting forever.
It was impossible to keep up with just how much engagement. The communication was flowing between both teams, but the aggression was on the side for Tilted Miners, and they just had the camp control. Sonya's value was negated, even with her. I mean, if we're looking at the stats, Sonya did do her job.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, she beat out Dahaka.
But Dahaka was able to go in and support the team fights, just like you were talking about earlier on. He could join the 5-mans and punish them. And on ETC, unfortunately, he would use his buttons, but he just wasn't enough to... They didn't have any direct single stop for Genji. They had no direct answer to stop him from doing what he did best until level 10 for Malfurion to do his ult for Twilight Dream.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the downsides of ETC. That's why he's kind of been a little bit... Like, unless you have, like, I feel like ETC works better on a 2, like, main tank level. Because then you can send ETC out to the solo lane. He can come in with the stage dive. But let's move over to Lobby 1 real quick.
All right. And by real quick, you mean when I get there.
Right. Let's... NGS Discord. Now, the last time I tried to do this, the people that were listening were very quiet. So I have to...
Hello.
Hello, sir.
All right, so we got I Just Fizzed and Ructal, basically the... I guess you were kind of the off lane, but also DPS.
Yeah.
Then Ructal, and then Ructal as their support player. So congratulations, guys. How you guys feeling?
Pretty good, I guess, to advance.
Yeah. It's a bit shaky, but it's made it in one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I gotta say, game number 1 on Volskaya. Ructal, your roots with Stukov were nasty. Like, I mean, is that like is Stukov a very big comfort for you?
Yeah, Stukov was basically my one trick all through NGS. I got away from it a little bit in the last few weeks, but and like must-win games when I can get my hands on it, it's pretty nice.
So are you not affected at all by the slight changes that he got in these recent balances?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously he got weaker, which is part of the reason why I started picking up other heroes as well, but I think it's still very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I just fizzed. I have to say, your flex play has been impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
You're
he was the Blaze in game 1, right?
I believe
Yeah.
that was the case. He was down Blaze against, I believe, Leoric. It was
Yeah,
2 games ago.
that was the lane.
So
Yeah.
I remember that very well. You were clearing lanes. You went the auto attack build to clear lanes, and you just kept the pressure up. But your 5-man stun on the first fight for the protector was just. It was the game changer. After that, I feel as though you guys never let go of the pressure.
Yeah, Blaze has always been a big comfort pick for us, and probably my best hero,
So
I'd say.
how does it feel to get basically respect banned out of Blaze the next 2 games?
Feels pretty good, but at the same time, feels kind of sad because
You wanted to play him?
yeah, I can play him as engage with combustion too if we need it. So it's just a really good pick for us. I can see why they banned it.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to game number 2, the draft. I think I guessed it. So how were the comms like with a lot of those team fights? Because I feel like they did not go the way that you wanted them to go.
To be honest,
Yeah.
the comms were pretty silent almost all game. It was a big problem, and we helped address that in game 3, and so it went much better again.
I
Yeah.
have a question that's kind of been burning in my heart this entire time. Why didn't Sonya go leap? We wanted to see it so bad. You had the dive in, you had the arrow, and I just wanted to see the leap to cement it off.
Yeah, I don't know. The Sonya was kind of iffy. I don't play it too much, and when I do, I go Wrath.
Didn't want to
But-
fully commit.
Yeah, I just felt like if we couldn't pull off the full commitment to one person, then I could just still have Wrath and be somewhat useful if the elite doesn't work out.
Yeah, the Wrath also just synergizes really great with the Whirlwind talents that he had too. So.
Yeah, I thought I could get value with the Wrath build, or the Whirlwind build rather, but just didn't work out that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one game that you guys didn't ban Garrosh ended up punishing you guys for it. Oh god. Okay.
Somebody's beatboxing.
Rip ears. All right. All right.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you through the snowfield.
Yeah. So for game 3 towers, you guys look pretty confident in there. What was the thought process of the constant dive into the death zone?
I think we were just kind of feeling ourselves pretty well. Once we had bot control, it felt like a repeat of the last time we played Maroon on Towers of Doom, and so we were just like really comfortable and confident at that point, and it did turn on us a little bit more than we thought. We thought it was going to be a little bit cleaner, but by constantly putting pressure on them, they just can't use their Junkrat Qs and Li Ming spells on the tower. We can keep it. And I don't think we gave it up for the entire rest of the game.
No.
Maybe at the very end.
No, you didn't.
There was just so much control on the Towers of Doom game where, your healing was on point with Deckard Cain. It was almost like you were saying, I can play Deckard too to the enemy team. And I you know what? There was a lot of respect. You took it from Space Bacon. He played as Malfurion, but your Deckard was just some of the stay whiles and listens just cemented kills that would have normally been a slight escape.
Yeah, I mean, after game 2, we definitely felt like we needed to take it away from him if possible. So I was surprised that they didn't first pick it, instead favoring the Junkrat, to be honest, because he was playing out of his mind in game 2. It was insane.
Yeah, what it was. The Junkrat bombs were on point. But honestly, my biggest highlight for your Deckard play on game 3 was the very last day of Wild Listen on the bot lane. To basically hit all 4 of them so they could not interrupt your sappers going in, which allowed you to get enough shots to just go to boss. It basically made it
And
like a
Oh,
power
both
play.
yeah.
boss pressure and tower pressure. It was just wonderful.
I was worried that the sappers were going to get stuck auto-attacking them and just break the sleep, but it worked out in the end. So
Yeah, I think that it was pretty clutch. So how are you guys feeling about going into next week? Now, do you guys know who you play? I don't think I know who you play.
it's not decided yet. It's Freelo or Archetype. I think they're play like 9 in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's
Really odd time, but
freaking Freelo.
Freelo is insanely good, and if Archetype upsets them, then that means they're going to be insanely good too. So it's going to be a really tough match. But hopefully, the new technology that we built will allow us to beat them.
New technology that you built. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Somebody's
we have-
constructing pain.
We have some behind-the-scene picks that we think are going to work. That
Ooh.
It wasn't the right time to pull it out today because the drafts didn't work out, and it's not like we were hiding the picks per se, but I don't
I'm
want
telling you,
to.
man.
Don't
It's
give away too
Cho'Gall
much.
Anna.
Don't give away
It's
too much.
Cho'Gall Anna.
Better be.
Oh yeah,
I have
After
on
my fantastic Ariel game. It's time to flex onto Anna.
Honestly, no. In all seriousness, when we were in the draft and I saw the Ariel come out, even though the game was harsh, when I saw the Ariel come out, I was like, she's going to smack away that Garrosh every single opportunity, preventing him from getting value for his for his abilities. And you did. You were on point on preventing that Garrosh for most of the game.
I don't know. I think that was like, no disrespect to anyone, but I think that was like the worst Ariel game I've ever played. So
it's always good. It's always good to be hard on yourself some.
Hey,
As long as you learn from it.
self-criticism is improvement, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had like a single stun, and I took the stun talent at level 4, and it's like, oh dear.
Not Lunara. But yeah, I mean there were still fun games to watch. Like you guys winning the first game handily, Team Maroon winning the second game handily. Obviously, not to your liking, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
fun to watch and fun to cast, and then bring it to the third game. So
We had no idea. We had no idea who was going to win the third game based on the fact that the second game was such a teeter-totter, you know?
yeah. But
Yeah, a teeter-totter compared to the first game, maybe. I don't think we ever really had control in game 2.
it was tough.
There were some moments of experience, but once they edged you out, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Shoutouts to my team. Shoutouts to anyone in Twitch chat. I know Div A has been watching a lot of the games recently, so it's been pretty fun chatting with them in the other playoff games. And yeah, shoutouts to Team Maroon. They played a really good series.
Definitely. Well, congratulations, guys, and good luck in the weeks coming forward on whoever you end up playing next week. So I'll definitely be paying attention. Maybe casting. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be keeping an eye on. Thanks for revealing that Division A is so competitive.
Honestly, if you're are you available in the Division A chat? Division A chat is lit all the time. Like all the time.
Yeah, I chat in the Div A chat.
Yeah, it is always they're always talking something. But
Yeah.
well, congratulations once again, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Kunanaki, that was a fun night. Hope you had fun.
I did snagging.
Well, I guess where can people find you?
Well, if you want to find me, it's pretty easy. You can either find me in Division C. We just completed our playoffs game for this week with Team Buzzkicks, or you can just watch Kunanaki's Twitch.
All right. Good enough. So pay attention to the buzz kicks in Division C. I mean, a lot of those games are still fun to watch. All the games are fun to watch. I mean, Heroes is fun, but
I mean, big shout out to NGS as a whole for as a community.
yeah, it's been great. This is technically my second season with NGS. First season playing, second season casting, and yeah, the community is great. It's one of the best amateur league tournaments, whatever you want to call it, out there. But well, I think that's going to be it for us. At least it for me. Right now my team got knocked out of the playoffs, so I'm no longer playing. I'm going to try to pick up some games next week since I'll have more time to cast. So hopefully look for my stream notifications there. Shoot me a follow if you want. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the follows and hosts that went on tonight. I know I wasn't really able to call them out. But I appreciate it. I thank you a lot. But
I'll be personally disappointed if you don't cast my game.
I'll have to look for that. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. You can whisper me whenever you guys get it scheduled.
All right, I absolutely will. Thank you, Conley, for the opportunity to co-host.
Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys all next week's for playoffs. All right, see ya.
Goodbye.